I assume you're going to be the reason you're going is you're going for D-Day stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So my dad called me when was it? Either April or March. I think it was might be February actually. So he was like, Jake, do you want to go to Normandy? I went, yeah, okay.
I mean, isn't it not that far away? It's only how far away is that from you if you had to drive?
It's not that far. So driving wise, obviously you got to drive down to Dover or wherever it may be. All in all,
Yeah,
about
and take the
3 to
tunnel
4
over.
hours, all in total, including the crossing. So, well, it depends. But yeah, he just randomly called me. He was like, "Oh, do you want to go normally?" I went, "Yeah, okay." I mean, oh, it's all paid for. Okay, cool, wicked.
Even better, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going over with the Ledger Holidays company or whatever it is. So yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Me and him are laying a wreath and that down at Bayeux Cemetery as well.
And how long are you gonna be there?
So we're gonna be there from the 4th to the 8th. Not long, but
I mean, that's enough time.
yeah, it's enough time to like. The main things we want to see. We want to do Pegasus, but main thing is we want to do Gold Beach. So
Yeah,
it's just obviously the whole battalion thing. So it's gonna be good. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm
it's gonna be
really looking
ruined
forward
by
to
a
it.
ton of Americans. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, it's going to be like so many fat paras on the beach of all places as well.
There's gonna be 400-pound people wearing socks and sandals in there,
Yeah,
screaming
well,
USA.
yeah, yeah, like the kind of sort of paratroopers where it's one C-47 per person, kind
Yeah,
of. Yeah,
we're bottom
So-
down on this thing. Yeah,
yeah, it's going to be like Disneyland for weirdos. It's yeah, it's going to be an
it's gonna
interesting week.
be awful. One time I went, which was actually the day before the anniversary of D-Day.
Yeah,
You could not elbows and whatever, and everything was way inflated in price. It was a nightmare.
yeah, fun times. Love it.
I was
So-
not a happy camper that it was absolutely fucking downpouring rain. And it was still packed assholes to elbows, it's like
Yeah.
shitloads of people.
No, because I've done Belgium and Northern France before, but I've never done Normandy before, so it's gonna be interesting.
Well,
So-
prepare to be disappointed.
yeah,
I'm just saying.
yeah, no, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we obviously got our own tour thing, which is good, but yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. It's weird that it's actually happening. So, and especially during the obviously the 80th anniversary and all that sort of stuff. So yeah,
It's a big one, yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So we'll see how it goes anyway.
They're gonna
Yeah.
get the last like 5 people that were there out there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the last proper like big anniversary that the veterans are going to
Well,
be
you
at.
got
I
to think
think.
now. All those guys are damn near 100.
Yeah,
This is probably there might be some for like 85, but I doubt there's going to be more than maybe one for 90. Like
yeah,
we're
I
at
think.
the end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think the youngest probably who even served during D-Day, I think was with the Royal Navy, who's still around, is probably in his mid to late 90s at the moment, or
Yeah.
early 90s, roughly. Which is crazy to think, but it's what it is. It's what it is. It's like
It's just how
when
it
the
is.
last of
You
the
know, like all the World War I vets are dead. There's nobody left. But
yeah. So I remember when Harry Patch died, who was the last British soldier to have served in the Great War, passed away, and that was in 2012 or 2011, I think it was.
12 or 13, one of those two.
Yeah. Which is crazy to think, but yeah, no, it'd be interesting. I'll see what happens. So I think we're laying a wreath down for one of the guys from the First Battalion who landed. I think we're going to find just a grave and pick our thing, because I think in the tour we're in, we're the only two technically representing the First Battalion Hampshires.
You're going to dress
within our tour group anyway. But we will be meeting up with a couple of other guys who have gone over along with First Princess of Wales Royal Regiment as well, who are actually they're doing a tab from the Tower of London all the way down to the south coast, getting the ferry across, and then marching all the way to the beach, which is really cool. So fair enough to them. I wouldn't bloody do it.
That sounds like it's now. Watch, it's just going to be absolute fucking pouring rain, you know, and it's just going to be an absolute disaster. It's going to be like the time I went, and it's going to absolutely suck.
I hope not, but you never know. I hope not.
And you're going to be up to your eyeballs in fucking fat Americans chanting the USA and telling everybody off about how the M1 Garand's the greatest fucking thing ever.
It's a wonder war.
That's right. You guys are lucky the Americans were here. I'm so sick and tired of hearing that shit. We had to come save the flag because they were French, because they were waving their white flag. It's like, well, they never, you know, actually gave up and actually won the war. But...
Do you know a channel called The Fat Electrician?
Yes.
Yeah, like, don't get it wrong, I like Nick and some of his stuff, but there's some points I'm just going, just no.
Yeah.
Just no. Especially considering something he brought up the other day was that he claimed, oh no, the Americans did win Vietnam because we signed a peace treaty. I'm like, that doesn't mean shit.
You can't have a peace treaty if it's not an actual war. It's an armistice.
And he was like, oh, we signed a peace treaty. Yeah, but then North Vietnam broke it in 2 months and invaded the South again.
And took it over and totally destroyed the country, yeah.
All the peace treaty did, which was give confirmation to the North Vietnamese the Americans were going away.
Oh, the scary people with all of the money and the weapons are leaving.
Mm-hmm. I think he claimed that Operation Linebacker, you know, the B-52 attack on the North, was the reason that brought them to the negotiating table. No, it's not.
It's like, do you know how many of those they have? They had Operation Arclight. They had Rolling Thunder. They had so many fucking bombing campaigns for the North that did shit the whole war. You know?
And like how many B-52s did they lose? A lot. Like a B-52 isn't a cheap aircraft.
No, I mean it's no C-5 Galaxy, but
yeah, true. But then again, like in the early 1970s, the B-52 is still state of the art kind of.
I mean, it's still our strategic bomber.
Exactly. I think even at that time, it's just like you have like just boggles the mind kind of thing. I'm just like, oh, like, I understand you love the USA, but there's a point where you just got to go. Maybe
stop having the bias and like look at it from a bigger picture.
Like when you've got a nation which doesn't do very well in a counterinsurgency operation, that ignores all the people who've told you how to do a counterinsurgency operation.
Yeah, right.
You know, look at the Australians in Vietnam. Yeah. So much more effective.
Because America's a cult. It is. America's a cult.
Yeah, true.
It really is. They have. I mean, if only they had like, I don't know, this place where they the only kind of schooling that's free in the United States, which is the ones where you go there, you're young, so they can indoctrinate you. They do this thing called They do all this weird culty stuff, like have a Pledge of Allegiance. Oh wait, they do.
Which is funny because it's like it was. The one thing I do sort of find hilarious, like the Pledge of Allegiance was literally come up with by a he was a literal socialist.
Yeah,
like which is even more fun. It's like, oh, now I understand it more. I see.
Well, it's like Monopoly was invented by socialists and communists to explain the evils of like capitalism, and Hasbro's like, yes, we're gonna make it super capitalist and make it a game that everybody's familiar with. Yeah. But
honestly, there is a channel actually. They did they created their own version of Monopoly, which was Commonopoly.
Yeah.
Literally a communist Monopoly.
Die first. Yeah.
It is the funny. Honestly, it is the fun. I will send you the link to the video. It is the funniest shit I've ever seen. It was so fun. Like each piece you chose had a specific role in the society, and if you got over 1,000 rubles, you immediately went to jail.
That's funny.
And the fact that like you had to pay money to the KGB. You had to pay money to the KGB every turn you were in jail. And you had to roll doubles to get out of jail. Obviously. And if you ran out of money while in jail, you'll disappear.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds about right.
And then if you roll doubles more than twice in a row, you just disappear.
I like
it's the funniest shit in the world.
heck yeah. I mean, but it's good you're going out for like D-Day stuff like that. But like, there's a lot of Americans that really need because it's a big thing
Yeah.
over here too. Like
Yeah.
we just had Memorial Day that was last weekend.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, and so it's like everyone's in that big fervor about how America's like the greatest fucking shit ever, and I love cutting the legs out from under them about how like no, America really sucks at almost everything they do. But they just kind of pick and choose the headlines
Yeah,
and what
I was
and stuff.
talking to some friends on Discord like the other night, and I was like, so America hasn't actually won a war on their own
Ever.
No, never, no. So it's like it's well, the War of Independence. Yeah, no.
I mean, they won the Civil War. To be fair,
exactly. Yeah, they're only good at fighting themselves.
Yeah, they won the Civil War, but they also lost the Civil War.
But then even then, each side was getting support from one other foreign power in some sort of ways.
Well, they won the Mexican-American War and the Spanish-American War. That's how we got, Guam and the Philippines.
Yeah, but any war against anyone
like
speaking
punching
Spanish
a very sickly old man on life support for both.
But like literally, the enemy has to be so under-equipped and so under enthusiastic to be able to be beaten.
That's fair. And the best part was like, hey, we won the Spanish-American War. We beat this small contingent of people in Cuba that didn't want to be there and all this other stuff. And they still really whooped our ass. And we found out all of our guns suck balls. And then we got the Philippines and we got scalped by fucking high as a kite Moros in the jungle for 10 years after that. And
oh no, it's fucking crazy.
It is great. I tell people all the time, like, Americans won wherever. I'm like, look at the War of 1812. The Canadians literally threw a Rager on the White House lawn as it burned to the ground.
Yeah.
And invited all of the townspeople to come drink the president's booze.
We made your sitting president run away, and we ate his food and burnt his house.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, but it was
all that was missing. All that was missing was a pile of tires on the front lawn, just on flames.
It was a tie. I'm like, there's a painting of soldiers getting drunk on the front yard as that thing collapses in on itself. That's not a fucking tie.
Yeah. We won the Battle of New Orleans. The war had already been over. Like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. It's like the mail just didn't quite get there yet. That you don't need to do that. But yeah, it's a good time. But
speaking
of D-Day, I showed you this. I got my
actual,
my actual
that's nice.
helmet.
That is very, very nice.
It is, and I'm like, it's got a little surface rust on it, but it's all in good shape. There's not a lot of dents. There's a couple small dents in it, like one right up there by the crown.
Yeah.
That'll be easy to like hammer out.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the numbers or anything mean on it.
Yeah, I don't know, unless it's like a
Because like I got one other one. Like I have a 1917 A1 that's in really good shape. The American Kelly helmet that they started World War II with. 1940, 1941, that's what they had. Because the M1 wasn't adopted until 42.
Yeah.
And I have one of those, and it came from the Navy. That's why it's in such good shape. And it has its 270, which was its ship armory number. So like if the ship was attacked and you had to do like surface to surface or like surface to ground attacks, there was like stacks of these helmets by all the doors, and you would grab one before you would go out and go to your position. And that was its number on the ship, was helmet number 270 on whatever ship it came off of. And like this one has the same thing, except it's 297 in the front, and then the back it's got like a big 0, and I don't know what the stuff is below it.
Okay.
So if I had to guess, probably
you sent me pictures, didn't you? You sent me pictures, didn't you? Yeah. So I'll throw them up on some forums and that, and see if I can find some answers.
Yeah, because it's like I just don't know.
Because it's interesting. So especially with the Mark IIIs, you would see Mark IIIs being sent out to India. You would see Mark IIIs being given to the Polish after the war.
Yeah.
Which
I don't know if this I don't know what color they painted the Mark IIIs in, but this is kind of a.
That's more of the 1950s kind of black.
This is the darker green,
Yeah, the darker green black, where's my?
because it's like I have a Mark IV,
Yeah.
and it's in the very like dark olive.
Yeah. Where's my Mark III gone?
But this one is like actually green. It's not like my Mark IV, because my Mark IV came from India.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like this is my Mark III.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally my most comfortable helmet. It's so nicely comfy because where the oilcloth is like worn down, it's become like felt.
Yeah.
It's so comfy. Yeah.
But like, so this is it's got the shiny paint on it, so it's not
Yeah.
textured,
Yeah.
but it's a very like green.
Okay. Yeah.
And the fact that it's
Hmm.
shiny is kind of weird because I don't think they painted them shiny.
Yeah. No. It depends. If it's shining dark green, it could have been painted. What's the frigging word? Bronze green at one point. So
Right.
bronze green is
Because if you hold something up that's about the
Is
same
that.
color,
that is
that's
bronze green.
kind of what it looks like. It's actually like a green.
Yeah.
Underneath all the rust and the scuffs, it's like that green.
Yeah. So the bronze green was very much a night like late 50s going into the 60s kind of thing.
Okay.
You would see it. It's basically what they painted Land Rovers in.
Okay.
So
It's like, yeah, it is like that Land Rover green. Now that you say it, yeah.
Yeah. So you would see mainly on obviously the ones with the visors like this, and also ones without. In the early part of Northern Ireland, like 69, 70, you would see it in the bronze green color. Just a different. I can't remember exactly why they went for that, but they just did. I think it's just.
I mean, green. Ireland's green. You gotta have green.
Yeah, exactly. Especially the shiny Land Rover bronze green.
That way, when it rains, you could light up like a fucking disco ball.
Yeah. So,
but it's like
yeah.
I've just been racking my head because I've been doing my own research on it. I can't find a single fucking thing.
Yeah, it could be it could be down to a company thing or a specific unit thing.
Yeah, because it had no liner in it. It had the dome nut. I have the dome nut for it.
Yeah. Okay.
And it has the brass chin strap bales and it has brass rivets that hold on the bales.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if they went to like steel rivets or something later because my Mark IV doesn't have a brass rivet. It has steel rivets.
Yeah, on my Mark III, the pins for the chin strap are brass.
Okay. Because it's like I know my Mark IV has white metal rivets, whether they're steel or whatever, but
yeah. Well, I've got my Mark IV's up top there, but this is my other Mark IV.
Ooh, with all the screen.
Yeah.
There you go.
Where's the front? There it is. Yeah, there you go.
Heck yeah. I thought the other day, so South Africa made a weird mount for the Mark IV helmet for night vision goggles for poaching.
Okay, that's cool.
And I saw one of those the other day for sale here, and I was like, it was too much money for me to spend. But I'm like, that's pretty freaking cool. The fact that the South African like Mark turtle helmet night vision goggles. I'm like, I don't know if they're on Google or not, but if they
the British had something similar, but it wasn't like it wouldn't like fix to it, but it was able to fit over it.
Yeah.
So and then there's so I was trying to find a picture of that.
But I was like, there's no freaking way. I was like, that's just neat. And apparently they only made a couple hundred of them, not even like 1,000. A couple hundred of them for poaching.
So I'll send you these. So this is the infrared night vision.
Yeah, it was something pretty similar to that. Yeah,
Hmm.
for the turtle helmet. Yeah, and it just looks so fucking weird, but I
Yeah.
love it.
So yeah, you got that. So that's the number one Mark One night vision infrared binocular receivers. It's huge.
Yeah, I'm sure they're like the original like American 2-to-1
Mm,
like PVS sevens where they weigh
mm.
like 4 pounds. You know, and
Yeah, yeah, you got that, and then there's something similar, which was let me see if I can find it, which was for I can't remember the modern name for the laser tag trading system.
oh,
Uh,
the like Miles gear.
yeah. So because they had, so find the actual picture.
Did they make a Miles version?
So there was one which was used heavily in like the 1980s, which is kind of cool. If I can get the picture up. Save that one. Da-da-da-da-da. How have you been there, all right?
Multiple integrated laser engagement system, Miles gear.
Yeah. Where is this? Yeah, this one's got like a, from what I remember. Oh, here we go. And then that one, and it's a good color picture of it somewhere. I can't find it at the moment, but I'll send you these two.
Okay, but I am super glad that I now have like an actual Mark III helmet.
Yeah, no, that one is
I can
nice.
find all the Mark IVs I want here, and all the Mark Vs where they have the weird like knit liner in them.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I actually have a Mark III because they're so hard to find here in North America.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. It's like a precursor to the Miles.
Oh, I don't know why I set my fucking. I don't know why I sent my waistcoat. I don't know why I sent that.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, that's like a precursor to Miles gear, but it's the same thing pretty much.
What's it called again? It is called SAWES.
Okay.
So Small Arms Weapon Effect Simulator.
Ah, that
That's
makes
all.
more sense than the US abbreviation for it. But the
Yeah,
US is
yes.
also rife with goddamn stupid abbreviations and they change them all. Like, you know
Yeah.
how many like I'm talking to like soldiers nowadays, and it's like I'm familiar with a lot of the US equipment because there was two mountains of it there. Like the mountain of US equipment that America brought to Afghanistan was taller than Everest if you stacked it all up into one heap. But it's so like I'm very familiar with all of it, but I'm like talking about the abbreviations that I knew all this shit as to people that are
Yeah.
like 21 nowadays, and they're like, "What are you talking about, old man?" And it's like, "I will beat you." So, don't give me none of this, you peacetime piece of shit, small child.
Oh
And
dear.
I just have to be like, "Oh, children." I already
Yeah.
feel so old because I talk about shit, and they're like, "I don't know what that is," and I pull it up.
It's like I was on Discord earlier with a couple of mates, and I said I did a. It was quite funny because I did an event last weekend. The overall event, it was really good, bloody hot, and we had family come over, and their kid wanted to go in the slit trench and everything, look at all the stuff, and I was like, yeah, cool, and literally went, and he was like, I love war. World War II is my favorite war. I love war, and he jumped out and went off, and I was like, okay. And then my friend turned to me and went, I'm doing my part. And
Get that kid to the fucking sign up line.
I thought that was hilarious. So I mentioned it tonight on Discord, and they were like, "What are you on about?" I went, "Sorry, have you never seen Starship Troopers?" They're like, "What Starship Troopers?" No.
Oh my god, it's one of my favorite fucking sci-fi movies. I mean, only the first one's really good because they made like 7 of them.
Yeah.
But
It then got
oh my
very
god,
bad
the
very
fucking first
quickly.
one is such a classic. I actually, so I bought it on DVD before Blu-ray came out, and I went
Yeah.
and re-bought it on Blu-ray. I liked it that much, and it's like it's one of the few movies where it's like I own all of the like iterations of it. I have the
Yeah.
VHS and the
Yeah, I
DVD and
literally
the Blu-ray of it.
I think I had it recorded on VHS off the TV before. Then I had it on actual VHS. Then on DVD. I think I had Blu-ray, and I bought it on streaming once somewhere as well.
Yeah, and it's just like I love Starship Troopers. It's
It's so good.
great, and I haven't seen that. Maybe I'll watch that later tonight. But
It's so
that
good.
is
I
such a
love it.
fucking good movie.
I literally,
And
I just turned to you and I'm doing my part, and I was just like, don't, please don't.
Should be like, here, kid, go run with this, and he hand him a pen.
It's like that bit where the like the mobile infantry go into that school and they're showing them the battle rifle. They're like, oh wow, cool.
Yeah.
It's just like, what?
Kid, go put your hand up on that tree.
Look, a grenade.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
fucking good movie.
Oh, this was this is the one I was telling you about.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, the full name is the Helmet Combat NI Pattern Mark II anti-riot. Basically, so it does have fixtures for a visor.
Yeah. How bulletproof is it?
It's ballistic nylon.
We should shoot it.
No.
I have loads of 303. We can totally kill it.
We have the means. No,
we have a lot of the means. I actually bought another SMLE the other day, which brings me up to an even dozen. So
yeah, so it's weird, to say the least.
Yeah, it's got that weird kind of early, like the vinyl.
Yeah,
chin
yeah,
strap
it's strange, and like it's weird, to say the least.
The chin strap is too wide on it. I don't like having.
Yeah, and like because I can
It gets
loosen it a
all
bit
hot
here.
and sweaty.
Yeah, and I can tighten up even more if need be through like here. Yeah. No wonder guys weren't too keen on it.
Yeah.
But again, this is still official before introduction of the Mark VI of about 10 years. Like,
well, it's because they just kept buying shit off the shelf.
Well, it's like it's crazy because like, obviously the Mark VI, obviously you see trials of it in the early 80s, but you don't see proper actual issue until about 85, 86.
Yeah.
But this entered service in 76. Which is crazy.
But
which
like
is crazy.
You have a shoe in. So like if you're that company and you are like, I have a better version now. You've been using the old version for 10 years. The government's going to be like, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, this was withdrawn from service about 1980. But they kept on using like the Cromwell like motorcycle style helmets.
Yeah.
And everything. But yeah, no, it's crazy because this is like the first actual general issue, not to say least, well, it's a specific issue ballistic nylon helmet for like a Western Army.
Heck yeah!
Like it beats out the Pasget. Was it the Pasget?
Yeah, Pasget came out 83.
Yeah, it beats the Pasget by about 5 or 6 years, which is crazy. Like, it's really, really early. Like it's comfy, but it's just weird.
Is it good at protecting you as the Pasget is?
I don't know. It's ballistic nylon, and it's fairly thick.
Because it's like, I know when we shot an actual Mark 6, when me and Mike did a ballistic test on the actual Mark 6, it sucked.
Yeah. The thing is, the ballistic nylon has
hardly anything. It stopped like 32 ACP, I think. 9 mil went right through it.
Yeah.
Tons of. I don't remember what it was. This was years ago, but it did awful.
Yeah. Thing is, with ballistic nylon, it degrades. Just the composite of it just degrades over time.
I thought that was their whole marketing thing, that it doesn't degrade like Kevlar.
Everything has a shelf life at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And when you come with like manufactured man-made fibers, it does have a shelf life. Thing is with these though, they're so bloody rare now.
So we should
It-
definitely shoot it for science.
Buy one yourself.
If
I
here's
know
the
I
thing,
now know there's one in the United States because there was one I was trying to buy. And the guy was buying it off, sold it to someone in the United States. So I know there is one in the US now.
okay, but how much is it?
Well, he paid. I think 250 for it.
I mean, that's not so bad for something like that. If it's
But then again, you add on postage.
I mean, I live in the United
So,
States, so it
so
won't be as
but
bad.
like for a singular helmet though, it's weird. I think because it's such a niche thing. Because literally, I had no idea these things existed until about a year ago.
Right.
And
Well, how
it's
many of
such a
them
niche
did they
thing. I
make an
think
issue?
a couple thousand.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's not that many. Yeah. I could see
Yeah.
why it
So
would be pretty rare then.
so like you compare that to even like the Cromwell helmets that were issued as like a stopgap, but ended up being used all the way into like the early 80s.
Yeah.
Which is there we go. These.
Yeah.
So this one's missing its visor, which I will get a visor for it. But so these were introduced alongside one called Stadium helmets to basically replace the Mark IV with the visors.
Yeah.
Because the last time you properly see Mark IVs with visors being used out in Northern Ireland is about 1975. But you see these and the Stadiums as early as 73, all the way until the early to mid 80s.
Yeah.
And those NI ones were for about 5 years or so. So it's such a progression. It's of change of kit, and it's just like trying new things out and this and that.
Trying to find something that sticks while they're working on an actual like
Yeah,
brand
but
kind of
literally,
thing.
this is just a motorcycle helmet.
Yeah, it looks
That's
like a
literally
motorcycle helmet.
Yeah, it is, and it's here's the well, it will be reversed on camera properly. Oh no, there you go. Yeah, that's the little thing for it. But no, they are cool. They are very weird though.
That way, the Irish can figure out what factory to bomb.
Yeah, but no, it's crazy. Like so many, like I know my mate's one. He got his one from a it was nicked during a riot.
Oh,
So yeah, that's how he got like, and then stayed in someone's house for years, and he bought it off him. So that's how he got one of his anyway. I think that was that one. But yeah, no, you see, this is why I'm thinking your Mark III was possibly an NI one, use an NI because the markings. Because you
it's
see
in that green, it's shiny, and it's got those markings on it. Yeah.
You see like random numbers being put on helmets and shields throughout the whole of the Troubles. So especially with the early part, it makes a lot of sense.
Well, it's also like you could see the numbers aren't professional because they're not straight, they're not square.
Yeah. It's literally a slapdash. Someone just had some stencils. Oh, we'll put this on quickly.
It literally looks like somebody just took a stencil and threw it on there and went, because I don't think it's like spray painted on too, because the letters have like some vague, what looks like brush lines left in them.
Yeah.
As well, so
yeah. No,
but yeah, so I think I'm gonna, unless I find out it's like super rare or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna strip the paint off of it and de-rust it, and I think like bring it back to an actual like Mark III.
Yeah,
like I got a couple original like World War II dated liners I can put in it. I have the dome nut, so then we'll be finding a chin strap that's not fucking worn out because the elastic on those Mark IIIs is shot. You know what?
There we go. Oh, we got Alexi in the chat. That's cool. You're
right, and John of all trades. But but yeah, it's so it's going to be a neat project, I think, to work on having an actual Mark III. I got it for a really good deal. I got it for about $40.
That's really good.
Because the guy selling it didn't know what it was. And So I put a bid on it
Hmm.
because it was labeled wrong. It wasn't even in the helmet I was searching for,
Hmm.
but it was in there. And so I threw $40 on it, and not a single person bid against me.
Hmm.
So, but it came all the way from the UK. I paid postage from the UK to here on this
Okay.
helmet.
Oh, fair enough.
So,
much
it
was
actually
postage?
did come from Northern Ireland.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, and so I'm like, I'm really glad to have it, but I think I'm gonna take it back unless I find out it is like some fancy super god deer helmet,
Yeah.
Um,
I'll message my mate actually quickly.
Yeah.
Let me just see actually. Is he? No, he's not. Okay. Right.
I agree. People that don't know what
If
they have
because
are the best people to buy
if it
shit.
is from NI,
Yeah,
it's a very good possibility that
because you got the pictures, so it's like it had no liner in it when I got it, no chin strap when I got it. But yeah, we're talking about this mystery Mark III helmet I have that has these weird numbers on it that I got for a really good deal, and I think I'm gonna restore it unless I find out it's like super rare. And the markings on it are really special. Maybe it's used by like some famous like Irish beater guy or something like that.
Yeah, that is definitely bronze green.
Yeah,
That is definitely bronze green, and it's just
that's
like
what I thought. I'm like, this seems really fucking green when I got it, and it seems really
and
shiny.
it being a Mark III and with
Yeah.
the numbers on, I think even for me, yeah, I think that's some very cool original stuff.
I just want to make sure I'm not erasing like super
Oh yeah.
special history because it's like if I'm going to restore it, I'm going to spend the money and do it real
Yeah.
right. But I don't
Yeah.
want to destroy anything.
I think the best thing is restore it to the fact of having the liner system in it, and everything else can be covered with a net.
That's true. Well, it also has a lot of surface rust. It was not stored very
True.
well.
Yeah, true.
And so it's like I gotta get the rust off of it, and to get the rust off of it, I gotta take the paint off.
Yeah.
So, because I mean the rim's fine, the rim's stainless.
Yeah.
It's also like starting to the point where it's getting under the rim. So it's like I was gonna citrus strip it and take all the paint off of it, and then dunk it in a tank of Evapo rust, and then get it down to the bare metal, and then just repaint it. So that way I could at least save the shell because it does. It did get. It's gonna not show on camera, but there's rust all.
Yeah. I can see the
along
pictures you
the
sent me.
edge.
Yeah, it's quite bad.
I mean, it's just surface at this
Yeah.
point. The paint has done its job and protected it a lot, but it is there, and I have to stop it if I want to save it. So, but yeah. So at least I know it's a Northern Irish helmet now, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I've messaged him, so I'll see what he says. I'm thinking it is, especially the one on the back. It seems because I've seen stuff similar. So if I quickly,
oh geez, it's really blown out there. Maybe I'll get killed by a tornado today. That's all right. I'll put my helmet on. It'll be fine. That's all right. I got all the carpet tore out of the basement now too.
Okay. Oh yeah. How is the house going?
Oh, it's going pretty good. House is go. It's an endless pit of fucking money and projects to do.
Yeah.
As owning a house is, as everyone knows. I came up 24 cinder blocks shy of finishing the raised garden beds.
Oh Jesus!
So I got to go pick some of those up. I'm hoping tomorrow because my neighbor works for a concrete place. I'm hoping if he can get me, because each cinder block is about $2.10 a piece.
Yeah.
So after tax and everything, it's about $60 to get 24 cinder blocks.
Oh Jesus!
But if he can get them for like $1 each, you know, and I'll get him a case of beer or whatever, I'd be okay with doing that trade. Because he asked me about it. Because he's like, "You've had a lot of cinder blocks here. I work for a concrete company." He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm making raised garden beds. I don't need to bend over." Because everyone does raised garden beds and they're only like a foot tall. And I'm like, well, I still have to bend over then. So I just made some extra tall.
Yeah. I've sent you a picture. And on the back of the guy's helmet kneeling down
Yeah,
is similar. It's not numbers, but it's
it's
kind of
some kind of
similar.
symbol, yeah. Because like this
And I
one is
have,
like the only thing I know what the first thing is. It's like a circle
yeah,
or an O or something, like a
yeah.
zero, and I don't know what's beneath it. Maybe like a
Mm.
50. It
Yeah,
kind of
that's what I
looks
was
like it
thinking. I
was
wasn't
like a
sure.
50 that's beneath it. So
Um, no
I don't
idea
know,
what.
but it's a neat helmet. I'm a fan. I'm
Yeah,
glad that I have an actual Mark III.
it's a very nice one as well. Actually, I quite like it.
Yeah, I'm just
Um,
glad that it's not bent to absolute fucking shit.
yeah, true. That is true.
Because like a lot of them I've seen, they're bent to ever loving fucking shit because they've been
Mm,
everywhere in the world, you know.
mm,
It's like
yeah.
good. Then Kevin can have his real helmet instead of
Yeah.
wearing that Canadian Mark II that he has. Because he's dressed as a D-Day guy right now, but he's wearing his Mark II
Oh
helmet
god,
instead of his real helmet.
have you heard of a channel called History Hit?
Yes.
Yeah, so a friend of mine helped them out with their D-Day Would You Survive series.
Hmm.
Um and they put like a promo video up, and the guy was in I thought was actually quite good kit, in a landing craft, just doing the intro, doing like a promo thing for it. And so many people in the comments were just going, "Why is he wearing a Russian helmet? Why is like all this sort of thing?" I'm just like, "Are you fucking stupid?"
There's
Like,
a
it's
lot
like,
of those, unfortunately.
like, why is he wearing a post-war helmet? It's not post-war. He's literally wearing a Mark III,
Yeah.
and people not understand like like
That's the origin of where all those post-war helmets came from, was that?
it's so shit. When people say, "Oh no, it should why is he wearing a Mark IV?" They weren't introduced into post-war. Like the Mark IV was introduced in 1945. Like the Mark
Yeah.
III 1944. Well, slightly earlier, 43.
Slightly earlier, but you don't see him until 1944. Like,
Yeah,
that's the other
exactly.
thing. I hate when people are like, "Oh, the fucking M1 helmet came out in 1942." I'm like, show me one in a picture before this month.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
Exactly.
like when I they're like, no, it's actually like it came out late 1941 because there was some of them that were made in like November and December of 1941. I'm like, show me a guy in the field wearing one in 1941, and they can't.
Exactly.
And it's like, so it doesn't really fucking matter until it's in the field. You know what I mean? But
Okay, right. The picture I've just sent you is nothing to do with helmets. I just thought it was really cool.
let's see here. That is really fucking cool. That guy, that epic mustache.
Look at the mustache.
Oh my! So we went out to trivia on Tuesday. Me and Paige and some of our friends did. And
Yeah.
so Paige is in the National Guard, and then the male of our couple friends, so our friends who are a couple,
Mm.
it works with her in the National Guard.
Yeah.
And so we're out there, and he's like, "That's a real sweet mustache," and she's like, "No, it's gross." And then his wife is like, "That is actually a pretty epic mustache." She's like, "What is going on here?" And then the like server lady comes by, and she's like, "Nice mustache," and I was like, "Yes! Oh my god, I love it."
Winning.
That's right. I was like, gotta keep the secret for a little bit, I guess. So
Actually, oh god, saying about that. Here we go. Yeah, there's another one.
let's see here. Heck yeah. Gotta like the stash. It's so like I keep this picture for forever. I haven't deleted it yet because I wanna recreate it for like a
Mm.
Halloween party one year. And I'll send it to you here.
Oh.
The Wienermeister.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one
It's,
before. I love that.
it's like I know there's this butcher shop, and I'm like, I need 50 feet of hot dogs. And they could get me that, and I could wear
You
my
like
get up and be
sausage,
like,
mon ami?
yep, I'm the Wienermeister. So
I don't know. There's something about 1970s and 80s British Army which is just case just like if there's not a mustache, it's being done wrong.
Yeah. That's how everything was back in the 70s. Like, come on.
Oh, I bloody love it. I bloody love it. It's great.
Heck yeah. And you got to wear a helmet tonight. So I think I will. So I got this really neat helmet. And you're gonna
love
really
that
love
cover.
it.
I
So
love that
this
cover.
cover,
Is that Italian?
it's captured Italian fabric
Oh, I love that.
made into a Brody helmet cover, or
Oh,
just like
that's
a general
gorgeous, that
helmet
is.
cover. And the stitching on it's like real terrible because it's like field made. It's just a little drawstring, but it's like that's fucking cool. And I saw a picture of it. I don't have that picture anymore, I don't think. But the picture of the one Canadian guy in particular that had, I was like, is that guy wearing fucking M29 camouflage on his helmet? And sure as shit, everyone's like, I think he is wearing fucking M29 camouflage on his fucking helmet. And I was like, I have to recreate that. And so I got some strips of World War II like M29 fabric, and I was like, fucking helmet cover this. And
what I've sent you is the NI helmet I was talking to you about, or showing you earlier. It also had its own cover.
Heck yeah. Man, people back in the day in their really fucking tight pants. I don't know how guys fought wars back in the like 60s and 70s with pants that tight.
I think from the pattern,
But like, you know what I mean? Like that was just a thing that like everybody had like horrendously tight pants in the 70s.
Yeah. Well, it's like when, because I've seen that one there wearing the combat trousers, but in a lot of it they're wearing the lightweights, so it's even more tighter. Like for example, I know guys watching the stream, you can't see these, but
I mean, you can always just put them up on the stream, share the screen.
That is true, actually. Yeah, that is true.
Then we could actually show the people. That's a better idea.
Yeah.
But like, it was like that thing. Like, do you remember like the French like F1 pants?
Yes.
From, like back in the day for like Algeria, and it's like that guy is fucking acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, here you go. I've shared it.
There we go.
Yeah, so I know guys watching the chat. Don't know what they have. Here. Yeah, so this is two paras with civilians after a bomb has gone off.
I thought you were supposed to murder the civilians. What's going on here?
But they're they've got lightweights on.
Because you can't do crimes if there's no witnesses.
That's another good one. The lightweights. Let's see.
Yeah, like that first picture you showed me where the guys are sitting in that APC.
Yeah.
Their pants are like, that was just the thing in like the 70s and early 80s to have your pants. Like that guy with his leg outside of the APC. There's not a lot of space in those pants.
Yeah.
Like around his ankles they're barely bloused. Like
he's wearing either NI patrol boots or, which was seen a lot, Doc Martens.
Doc Martens are comfortable though.
Yeah. You'd see them a lot. Like I literally have bought a pair specifically. So
you bought a pair specifically for an impression?
Yeah, for NI. I know my dad for a fact bought his and wore his out in NI.
Heck yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, they look good. They take a polish. Why not be comfortable? Who cares?
Exactly. Yeah, so you got the NI patrol boots, but then also these as well. So I think he's wearing possibly Docs. I don't know. You can't really see too well in that one.
You can't really see low.
That's a good one.
That's cool though, because it's like I wanted to buy some like Doc Martens that looked like ammunition boots, like the little shorter ones.
Oh yeah, the low boots. Yeah.
So I don't fucking mark up everyone's floors, when I wear my boots.
Yeah. This is a nice early one.
Oh heck yeah!
So
all the turtle helmets and the gas masks.
Yeah. So it's very, you see, especially in '69, you see a massive use of different kits. So you see them where got the light anti-gas respirator bags and all the GSR bags as well on their front in the ready position. Just because they just didn't have enough of the 58 stuff.
Tons of the SLRs. Everyone loves a good. Did I tell you I finally narrowed down getting an inch pattern receiver?
Oh, wicked! Oh, nice.
Finished building my SLR. I can't get it till October.
Yeah.
But,
well, that's nice though. I'm glad you've been able to finish it.
And I got a Sterling.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm gonna actually have like a legitimate British SLR now.
Nice. Oh, that's a good one.
Look at that big mesh thing he's got.
Yeah, so they fold out from the side of the Humber Pig armored armored vehicle. So they fold it on the side and then they can fold out so you can have cover during crowd control.
Well, and they also probably work as sacrificial armor if somebody wants to come bomb.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's basically you're basically.
That's a fucking great idea. Why don't we still do that? America's got tons of protesters and shit all the time. That should definitely be a thing. It's got 2 jobs. We could save taxpayer money.
Yeah. Here's another good one. Here's shows you it as well.
Okay.
And then
it's too bad tasers didn't exist back then, so you could make all those people ride the lightning.
Well, no, you got baton guns instead, and being fired at waist height or
That's
higher.
Fair. And everybody with their fucking like lead core truncheons and all that to, like knock people over the head. So
here's a nice early one. This is probably 70, 71, probably 1970.
So I don't understand. Why can't Ireland just be Ireland? Was it really worth all of this effort? You know what I mean? Looking back, if we take a step back and we look at retrospect, was it worth it?
Yes and no.
Yeah, because it's like I love doing that. I ask people, it's like as blind as patriotism you are, but like, was it actually worth it? Like when I talk to Americans, I'm like, was Vietnam actually worth it? Like, was the war in Iraq and stuff like actually worth it?
Yeah.
Now that it's done and you get to like look at it from a retrospective, it's like, would it have been easier to just let Northern Ireland be Ireland?
It's the thing is as well, it's so even more complicated because then you've got the loyalist population, which isn't exactly small.
Evacuate them.
Well, it's the case if they want to go. It's so fucking stupid, the whole thing. Oh, this one's one of my favorite pictures of the Troubles.
This was literally a war on like ideologies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love this picture.
It is a good picture.
And you can see he's got like this. He's got the short baton gun, as well as the long nose baton rounds in his top pocket of his flak. Just kind of like pointing out.
Heck yeah.
Slightly bigger, yeah. Here's a nice early one. Ooh, it's gone all weird. Let's go back.
Oh no. They're getting you for being a UK sympathizer.
Well, this is a good one.
That is a good one. Oh, look at that guy in his fucking woolly poly.
Yeah, so that's the nice early ones. So that is one of those ones.
Heck yeah.
So this one's the one I've got here. I think it's the Pattern 52 jumper, from what I remember. And the one on the mannequin there is the Pattern 55.
Yours doesn't have the big like shoulder pads that his does, though.
Yeah.
No, the shoulder pads. That's an elbow pad.
Oh, no, this one doesn't. So this is the earlier one. The one up there does, though.
Okay, so the later one has the shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, shoulder pads, and then they've all got like the tapered cuffs as well.
Heck yeah.
But this cost me 150 quid.
What?
Yeah, I know. They're
For a
that rare.
sweater?
They're so rare. And then they got the draw cord at the front as well.
That's a nice feature. I really would, because like I have a couple of them, and like
Yeah.
the few woolly pulleys I have, one of them's German, and then I have like the American like shawl neck early World War II
Yeah.
collar
Yeah.
one, which the Canadians also used because whatever. And then because Canada doesn't have a fuck ton of people and they can't make anything for themselves.
Yeah.
Or at least like a year into a war, they pretty much ran out of everything.
Yeah.
But and then I have a Swiss one from like post World War II.
Yeah.
They're cool. The like combat sweaters are great.
Yeah. Here you go. This is a good one. So the guy walking past with the radio, he's 1st Battalion Hampshires.
He's the guy you kill first because he's got the radio.
So this is Belfast, 1969. I can't remember exactly where they are exactly in Belfast, but I think they're near the Falls.
They got to
Road.
do better laying out that wire. Come on now.
Yeah, but it's just
only one school, and children can get through that. Come on.
Well, the thing is, like the fucking like wall of pallets and gunners, that's built by the locals to divide up the two streets. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So
why did they put the wire on top of the wall?
Well, it's they're putting on either side, and then they're building this. This is just the first layer, and then they're building up. So these guys are Royal Engineers, and they're gradually building up.
They should have just put landmines on the ground.
They could try. Oh, balls! I just clicked off it. Bollocks. Yeah, I'll go back on this. It's quite a good one.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah. And with the sometimes you still see certain regiments still wearing anklets or gaiters, normally painted black as well.
Yeah.
Sort of a weird niche thing you see sometimes.
Is that a fucking double-decker bus in the background?
Yeah. That's burnt out, yeah.
And turned into a wall. Okay.
Yep. And they yeah.
I mean, if you got buses that big, you might as well.
Exactly, yeah.
That's cool.
I like this one. So this is, I
think, the Ghostbusters.
Bit blurry, but I think this is. I can't remember exactly. They're airborne, but they're not paras.
I was gonna say they got the red beret, so
yeah. So they're part of the airborne brigade. So all you were, but if you're part of the airborne brigade, you wore a red beret. A red beret. So you can tell by the arm flashes. I can't remember exactly what it might be.
Whatever the black and red is, yeah.
Yeah, I can't exactly remember what unit that is.
You guys are too complicated. You should have just been like Canada and picked 5 colors and then made those colors rectangles. That is your group.
Let me just no it doesn't say.
Oh, that's lame. I mean, you could probably cross-reference, like if you right-click.
Possibly. Let's try this one. See if I just as British troops. No, yeah, I could try and cross-reference, but it might be Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineers.
Okay.
But it could be anywhere. It's not Royal Engineers. I know that. But it's something like that. It's just
still pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, now you guys get Northern Ireland out of it. At least it stopped blowing up.
Somewhat. Oh, here you go. Here's a good one of the shader of the jumpers.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Yes, a very nice, very very early one. You can see they still like the GSR respirator bags in ready position. It's kind
That
of.
guy
He's got
did it smart. He's got it fucking tied off under his arms and everything. Like
and he's got and he's got the CS grenade just there.
oh, those are weak.
Well, at this point, they were quite good.
Anybody with any tolerance can just eat CS all day. Come on.
Yeah. So yeah, at this point, especially like anything CS or rubber bullet wise, was the term less than lethal. I think was more of a suggestion rather than a rather than an actual. Yeah.
Fair. I mean, I wish I wasn't so familiar with fucking chemical agents and pepper spray and shit like that.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's like you're gonna have to nerve gas me. Like, I'm sorry. This is just. I've cut onions before. Come on.
like, yeah, Novichok. Let's use that.
Load me up.
Yeah. Oh god, like it's obviously we're talking about helmets and that earlier. Oh, but what's the? It's across down Glen. It's where I belong. A comrade on me on the left. Oh, good lord. Some kind of limey airborne. That sweater though. Yeah. The jumpers are nice.
The woolly
yeah, obviously we talked about the helmets earlier, but when you get into like the flak jackets, it gets even more confusing.
Yeah, because they had a shitload of them.
Where it's just like old American stock, then the American fillers.
Yeah,
with
because you guys got all the
covers.
like M69s and shit from Vietnam left.
Yeah, so 3/4 collars and M52 M52As. So you hear M52A, and there's
the
a
left's got a
3/4 collar
69.
there. Yeah, 3/4 collar. And then you see them with British covers. I think these two are British covers. I'm not sure, but you see with British covers, and then you see British inners with British covers, and then you see them adding like the block pads. The rubber pads onto the jackets as well at some points. So if I find a good example. This one. Yeah, here we go. So if you look on this one, you see like the little rubber patches they put on. Yeah, so they could shoulder the stock.
See that guy up there, in the back has.
Yeah. And he's got an Australian SLR. Where is that? It's nice. Or furniture anyway. And then you see later on in sort of the late 70s, you get the block pads. So if I go to
the ones that have the little
the hard rubber flat and then the blocks on the side.
Yeah, which they still do that. Like that's on my vest. It has this little. It's literally a piece of rope wrapped in rubber, but it has a Velcro attached to it. And you put it under the strap, and all it does is because body armor makes you so hard to shoulder your weapon. It just gives you more of a flatter surface. Shoot off of for people that haven't ever had to fire a gun in body armor before. Having that little bit helps a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Here you go.
There it is. Yeah, it has the little blocks on it to help keep it square. It gives you a good spot to rest your gun because you can't really feel where it is in body armor and stuff.
Yeah, because you go to that, and then from there you get the Ineva, so the improved Northern Ireland body armor, with the one that sort of goes under your jacket. Actually, this is kind of a cool one. Actually, this shows you the patch ones as well. Yeah, cool. That's kind of cool. What the fuck? Okay.
So yeah, that was Virginia brings up a good point. That was a big thing where the Marines did that in Vietnam with their M55 because they had to have different.
It was like
literally a rope. Yeah.
Yeah. Did they get any M50? No. I don't think they got M55s. I don't. Yeah, from what I can tell,
because the Marines kept all their M55s.
Yeah.
And they stitched pockets on them, and they recycled them for forever.
Yeah,
there was still guys actually like in the 80s that were getting M55s in basic.
Yeah,
from Vietnam because
Jesus.
They used him into the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think any
Oh gosh, look at that
guy-
horse face in that middle picture right there.
Oh yeah. Hello, Charles.
I recommend that horse face. I recognize that horse face anywhere. Gosh, if his
what I like
eyes got
though,
any closer together, he'd
like,
be a Cyclops.
yeah, what I like though, he's wearing a very, very nice 60 pat DPM smock.
The best pattern of DPM.
Like the stitch collar. Oh, so nice, so nice.
It's the best pattern, the 60 pattern.
Yeah.
I like it because it's also like 100% cotton, and I'm just a big fan of 100% cotton.
I'll quickly take a picture actually of. I'll send this over.
God save King. Nah, I don't like King Charles. I like the Queen much better.
Yeah, no, I do miss the Queen.
It was a darn shame when she died.
There you go. This is my 60 pat TPM one on with the 3/4 collar one I picked up.
I still gotta get one, but because I want one just like as a coat to like wear around.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, it's got the radio and everything.
Yeah, the Pi Pocket phone.
Damn.
Pi Pocket phone 70 to be exact. I think, but yeah.
You know, it's a darn shame somebody car bomb him right then. They could have just V-bitted the king right out of existence. Come on.
This is a good one.
Yeah, they got all their bayonets on even.
Yeah, you would. I think beyond 1917, no bayonets were being carried whatsoever for very obvious reasons. Yeah.
How come countries don't do bayonet drills anymore?
Yeah. So yeah, literally, this was the whole thing of like what they practiced when they were doing in Aden as well.
Yeah.
So how to do crowd control.
People got to bring back bayonets. Do you know how much pants shitting fucking terror? Into an enemy when they see crazy. all these people reach up above cover and put fucking knives on the end of their guns. Do you know how much pants shitting terror that causes?
Let's go with on. Let's have a quick look down. No, I don't want us to look at that crap.
I was gonna say Simon was on there.
So this is the Royal Anglians. They were very they became very well known for how they dealt with
street, doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, and what I love the Royal Anglians, all on their helmets had their regimental cap badge as well painted.
One of the cats is in this room somewhere they're not supposed to be, and I hear it. They're in and or behind something.
This one's a bit goofy.
Look at how shiny that fucking helmet is.
Yeah, he's got it on backwards as well.
I was gonna say, is he wearing that fucker backwards?
Yeah.
Were you stuck? Is that why you're meowing?
Actually, give me a minute. Can I? There we go.
Heck yeah. Oh, that kid's trying to reach for his gun.
Yeah, this is in the honeymoon period, as it was called.
I don't know. That kid's still reaching for his gun. Clearly,
oh.
There's that guy with that Sterling. Look at that fucking Sterling.
There's one.
Look at that old fucking mouthpiece thing. Jesus.
Yeah.
You really got to be sucking one of those off back in the day.
Also love that he can't get his pouch closed, so he's got a string around it to keep it closed, to keep it together.
He didn't want to get like another one or something, or.
Well, it's because like the thing is with the early 58 pouches, water bottle pouches, especially when they got the cup in it, it doesn't like to close, which is so bloody stupid. It's a shame because I like the twist lock.
Yeah.
That's that. Let's have a look. Where was the one with the Sterling? There it is. Yeah. Officer from the I think he's 1st Battalion Hampshire actually, because he's got the Wessex Cat badge still on. So the British Army had a brigade system in the 50s and 60s where you would have a brigade cat badge, etc. So you had 6 separate. There were multiple brigades around the country. You had so the Wessex Brigade consisted of 6 battalions when it was formed in 1948. 48? Yeah, 48. So your Wessex cat badges, either metal or bullion like this one. But yeah, that's a
so
nice
cool.
one. About
the Sterling, such a good submachine gun. It's way better than the Sten.
Oh yeah, God, yeah.
I know of a bunch of guys that have the Stens, and like people are like, "Ah, the Sten's so fucking great." I'm like, the Sten was a steaming pile of dog shit.
Good, just for what it was for.
No, it's not good. It worked.
Yeah, it's good for what it was for. I mean, in that sort of sense, like, yeah.
And the Sterling's a fucking work of art because it's like everything the Sten should have been, but couldn't be because of money. And also, I like how the Sterling can take Sten mags because better.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I geeked out a little bit because, like, in the new Amazon Fallout show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they got Sterlings at the start. Yeah.
In the fucking vault. I was like, oh. So.
I just like that whole sort of slow-mo like fight scene at the beginning. I'm just like. Kind of cool.
And I was like, that's so fucking cool that they decided like, we're gonna put Sterlings in the vault because why not?
Here's an interesting one for you.
Oh gosh, it's a VBID. He knows it.
He's not British. Any ideas?
No, I'm trying to figure out what that little thing on his shoulder is, but
so it's he's Irish Defence Force.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is the opposite side just the opposite side of the border. So this is a border checkpoint. Or somewhat of a border checkpoint. It was just general checkpoints. But yeah, because the weird insignia was like the red upside down, upside down kind of chevrons. Everything very small.
The roof chevrons,
yeah. But yeah, it's Irish Defence Force. Which is kind of cool. It's still got the grenade sight on it and everything. Really, really cool.
Nobody wants a metric FAL. Come on now.
Love this one.
Yeah, I wish I could get a nice fucking airborne smock, but I can't.
Yeah.
I also would love to get one of the like canoeist smocks.
Oh yeah.
Those things are fucking sweet. For those of you who have, everyone knows about like the fucking airborne service, SAS smocks and shit like that. But like the SBS canoeist smock, it's like chef's kiss of a garment. The like heavy fucking canvas, nice. Is that a Sterling with a scope? Or is that just his collar?
No, I think it's that's okay. I think that's part of his radio. On the other side, just looks like it's Then again, you have the what's it called? What's it called?
Yeah, Virginia, the canoeist smock. You should look it up. The SBS canoeist smock. Because if you don't know, there is also the special boat service as well as the special air service.
Not that one. 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 What was it called?
It's a Sterling. Just use iron sights.
No, so you sometimes see this
Yeah.
I've seen that in Northern Ireland once before. That fitted, which is very, very bizarre. But there's also I can't. It's called the Point Site or something. It's really, really weird. It was private purchase, and it is like the most Star Warsy looking thing in the world, considering when it was introduced. Obviously, got the Starlight, which is freaking huge.
Yeah, because those are from Vietnam.
Yeah. Come on, where are you bastard? Oh yeah, there you go. There's the fucking. Jesus Christ, it's huge.
Yeah, the Starlight. Are you talking about the Trilux scope?
No, not the Trilux. It's give me a second. I might be able to. Let me just stop sharing for about 5 seconds, actually,
No worries.
and then see if I can find it on here.
Oh, this looks like it says it's a L1A1 fitted with a number an NO.32 scope.
Okay. Let's have a look. I think I've got a picture of it in here somewhere. It will be here. 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 Where are you, you bloody thing?
Yeah, they got a couple of them from Northern Ireland with the number 32 scope. I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
It's weird. It's hard to explain. Until I find this bloody picture.
It's weird when you get into obscure stuff.
Oh, it's going to annoy me now. This is. Where are you, bastard?
Yeah, I think it was for the Lee Enfield, but they also made other. So, like the scope that was made for the Lee Enfield isn't special. The mount is special. The scope itself isn't special.
Yeah.
The scope was made by every country ever and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Alexi says, "Do you mean the single point site?"
Thank you. Yes.
The way to go, Alexi. 10 brownie points for you, sir. Once you get to 100, you get to redeem a whole tray of brownies. And I'll make them. You just got to come get them, but I'll make them. I'll make you a tray of brownies. Right. They'll be the most chemical, poison-filled, instant Betty Crocker brownies you can imagine. But
window. Here we go.
Or I'll get you a pair of Walmart jeans. Classic Vietnamese child-made Walmart jeans. The red dot. Oh, it's one of those red dots, the early ones. Yeah. That relied on the like fiber optic thing.
Yeah. Yeah, on the SLR it does look a bit. It's cool but weird at the same time.
Because I've seen people like use those. They're really popular like in the early 90s with special forces, because if you shot with both eyes open, you could look through the scope with one eye.
Yeah.
And it would imprint that red dot on your vision, and you could see the red dot in your other eye.
Yeah.
And you didn't need any batteries or anything to get it to give you that red dot effect.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's really it's wacky but cool at the same time. So if I go here, because I've got pictures of guys using it out in Hong Kong in 75.
That's fucking cool. I like old school shit like that.
So this is my
carrier shopping the other day for like, I don't know what it is. I don't like all this newfangled technology, but like I'm tired of seeing all the like weird laser cut Foley webbing
Oh, okay, yeah,
on plate carriers and shit like that nowadays. I'm like, can I just get like the straps?
yeah,
And it's hard to find now a plate carrier that has all the shit that I want that isn't laser cut.
yeah,
And I'm like, I know the fabric's better because it doesn't absorb water and all this other crap, but I'm like, am I really going to be one of those guys that has to get like a skeletonized plate carrier that's made out of
yeah,
plastic and it's literally just a frame that goes over the plates
yeah,
and look like some fucking high speed operator?
yeah.
That is fucking cool, actually. I like that a lot. Why is it mounted so far forward, though?
I don't know. I think it's just the way it attaches to the top cover.
Right. I mean, it seems like that's such a long eye relief for something that tiny, though.
Yeah, but yeah, that is 1975 in Hong Kong. That picture, and
Yeah, that's cool.
the current one is my mate's one.
That's fucking sweet.
Yeah, they are cool. Yeah, I know a couple of guys I know bought some before they went out to Northern Ireland in 76, 79, and they were told, no, you're not bringing them. And I'm like, what? We just paid for the bloody things.
I mean, why not fucking let them bring them?
Yeah.
If they already
Here you
got
go.
them, why not?
Here's a thing for the on the top rail.
That's fucking cool. Yeah, the weird X8,
Mm.
the Unisite, the day-night single point. Look at that.
And the ring sight. That's kind of cool. Sort of trialed in New Zealand. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Fuck you, New Zealand, and all your fancy shit. You don't even have a real army.
Yeah. Thank you, Alexi, again for the single point. Yeah. Yeah.
He's a smart man. He knows a lot of stuff.
Completely sent my mind. I was like, what is it called? Can't be long. I do need to be
It's
getting
like
to bed.
because I've seen those scopes before, but I've only seen them on like the old, like Desert Storm era.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Delta operators had
Yeah,
them.
like
You see them in,
kind of
like
like this kind of thing.
Mogadishu
Yeah.
and stuff like that. You know, in like the early '90s.
Yeah.
The special forces guys have them. But
yeah. They are cool.
that's
They are
fucking
really
sweet.
cool.
I should get one of those for my L1A1 when I get it done.
That would be sick. That would be so sick. Oh, here you go. Here is the source, the thing I was telling you about earlier, the laser system,
The laser tag sight.
the SAWES system.
Yeah, the laser tag sight.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
just adding a whole other gun's worth of weight on there.
Exactly. You're adding about another full magazine and a half's worth to your
I was
rifle.
gonna say the L1A1 isn't that light of a gun to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: like you look at it, like if you've held up, like for me, I have a lot of like really heavy old guns because they're all like 50 inches long, you know,
Yeah.
and it doesn't look like it weighs that much.
Yeah.
Like an FAL doesn't look like it weighs anywhere near as much as it actually does.
Yeah.
Until you pick it up and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, here you go. That's it from the other side.
Jesus Christ, that's too complicated. Just use real bullets. Then the medics get practice too. There was a while where, like in Canada, before they got Miles gear and stuff like that, they literally used live ammo, but they downloaded it. And they put little plastic bullets in there that had paint in them.
Okay.
So it's like they would literally load their real life like magazines and gun.
Oh Jesus.
Real bullets that would really go off and like eject and everything, brass cases and the whole works, but they were just full of like paint. So
this is when the same sort of kit for the
SA-80.
Yeah.
Gross. It's not even the what the hell is that?
That's the OWS. That's the early OWS for the friggin' SA-80.
Jesus Christ. How much did that fucking weigh? That had to weigh as much as the gun. There's no fucking way it didn't.
See if it says no.
Now here's the thing. Hot take. I actually kind of like the SA80.
Yeah, I don't
Now, I've
mind it.
actually shot one, but the only one I shot was the SA80A3, which is after the Germans made it not suck.
Yeah.
So, but like, I actually really liked it. The selector was nice. I really don't like bullpups just because I'm not familiar with it. I'm sure if
Yeah.
I messed with it enough,
It's a very positive kind of selector, isn't it?
yeah. And it's like, but like, I found the selector fine. I found the trigger fine. The problem with a lot of bullpups is the triggers are real mushy because of the long
Yeah.
transfer bar and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't find it that bad. And I really don't like a lot of bullpups for the ergonomics and stuff. But like, I actually really like the SA80A3. That was a really, really good bullpup. And like the other bullpup I got to try was the Australian version of the AUG.
Yeah.
Which theirs is the only thing that theirs is different is theirs has like a big quad rail on it.
Yeah.
From the Austrian ones. I don't know if the new Austrian ones have that. Have the big cheese grater on the front, the box grater, the 4 quad rail on it.
I've just realised this SLR gets more alley as you move it.
That's cool.
The 30 round by the L4 magazine.
I got a couple of those L4 magazines.
Yeah,
I bought them back when they were super fucking cheap. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know why they changed the magazine on it halfway through.
I don't know, but it just goes.
Is it just to show both examples, like one from one side?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool though. But
that's kind of the side picture you get. Like Jesus Christ,
just the tiniest little pinhole.
It's basically your normal Trilux, suit sight incorporated with this whole lace, which is for the 80s. It's not bad considering, but it is frigging huge. Yeah, there you go. If you didn't know what it was, saws. Yeah, that's cool. So the cats are. I was going to say, hey, buddy.
It's a she. This is my cat. This is the perfect little angel.
Oh, bless.
Meow. She's just coming to check on me because I haven't fed him yet. But
fair enough. What time is it there?
9 p.m. So Paige normally feeds him when she wakes up, which is between like 9 and 10 in the morning, and like 6 o'clock at night. That's when they get fed. I fed him at like 7 a.m. this morning, and I just heaped their fucking bowls full, so they still have food. They're like, "You have to feed us. It's that time," and I'm like, "No, you still have food." So,
there you go. There's something some people might like.
Some classic, the grenade launcher. Why couldn't they do what like COD did and put the M203 on the FAL?
Yeah. Oh, Virginia. The L4 is the 7.62 version of the Bren.
Yeah. And so, but the L4 Bren mags also fit in the FAL. So if you want just the coolest FAL, unfortunately in the USA, L4 magazines are going for well over $100 now per magazine.
Jesus.
I have 4 L4 magazines that I bought back in the day when they were only like $20. But
yeah, here you go.
Gosh, if I had $7,000, I would buy a Bren. That's how much it would cost me to buy a Bren here in the United States.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah. A working 303 Bren, like one of the early ones that has like the big like the 2-tone, the big like shiny flash hider on it and everything.
Yeah. What in God's name is that? The hell is that?
It's a box converted Bren.
I don't even.
I mean,
it looks like a Bren and an Uzi had a baby.
Well, no, it's a Bren gun, but like, think about it. All you have to do is put a belt into it. Yeah, it's a Czech design. which they kept going with it. That's where the brand
okay.
originally came from, as a Czech design. But it's they literally just took the same thing and
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
the magazine on the top.
VZ59.
It's just a belt now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, I thought, what the hell is that?
Well, it's because
Czech
the
Republic
brand came
thing.
from a Czech
Oh yeah,
design.
yeah, yeah. Of course, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it came from yeah,
But the Czechs kept
Mhm.
up with that design.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to buy a Bren, but they're $7,000. It's
Yeah.
one of my dream guns to have a Bren. So
They are cool. They are really, really cool. Yeah, no, I do like the L4.
nah, it's got to be 303. It doesn't look right with that weird Stray magazine.
Well, not totally straight, but the flash hider does look cool on the L4s though.
It's not as good as the classic old.
What, like a Mark 1, Mark 2, or Mark 3? What's your...
I would love a Mark 1 Bren. Because it's like those ones are $7,000. I can get Mark 2s and 3s for a little cheaper here. But like an actual Mark 1 Bren with the weird, see how it's like multi-tone because the flash hider's a different metal.
Yeah. And you got the dial drum.
Dial sight on it, yeah.
Yeah.
I get a Mark 1 Bren for $7,000 right now.
Yeah.
I would love to have one of those. You know how awesome it would be for like home defense to just have a Bren?
It's literally going to be that scene out of Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels when they go into that flat. What's that? My Bren gun.
Because right now it's like I went for a while there where I went through like what could be my most absurd home defense gun, and right now it's a Remington 870 with a heat shield and a bayonet lug and a tube extension and a folding stock. So
I was going to say a Panzerfaust.
I would, but like, so my whole shotgun's only like 25 inches long.
Okay, yeah.
I loaded it with the little shorty shells that are only like an inch long. So it's like I have like 17 fucking shots. But I would love to have a Mark 1 Bren.
Yeah, they used the L4 all the way up until the 90s. So that's how long the Bren was in service. So they brought in the GPMG in the I think in 1961 was basically when they introduced the GPMG kind of basically into service.
And what's your GPMG? The mag? The FN mag?
Yeah, the FN mag. Yeah. And the SLR entered service basically properly in about, as the FNFAL, and then was properly made the SLR in about 1958, 59. Because you see the Trials versions being shipped out to Malaya. Yeah. So you see with this sort of like, with basically no flash hider. And so, give me a second, actually.
So when did they get rid of the FAL? When did the UK get rid of the FAL?
It's basically, you see it in Trials in Malaya for about a year, and then after Malaya finished in 1960, you then start seeing actual L1A1 SLRs being put into service, and it's still a bit of a.
But when did they get rid of the L1A1?
Oh, do you mean the when they stopped using the L1A1?
Yeah, SLR? When did they get rid of the SLR? Yeah.
Roughly around about. Well, you still see them in the Gulf in 91. So
jeez,
they're not.
You guys went pretty early on that shit.
Well, yeah, because you don't see them phased out really until about 92, 93, when everyone starts getting SA80. But SA80 obviously is introduced properly in roughly about 85, 86, mostly 86.
Right. Canada kept the SLR until 2007.
Yeah.
So, we also kept the Bren gun until about 2004.
So here you go. Here's an early one.
Damn.
So you see there, straight cocking handle, no flash hider, top loading.
So you gotta have a way to put your
stripper clips like this C1.
Yeah, because the C1 had it figured out. Come on now.
So that's Malaya. That's probably about 1958, 59.
Because that's
Probably.
actually the top cover I have for my SLR is the one that takes the chargers.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
And
cool.
not like the weird Canadian charges, like the NATO
Yeah.
standard, like 5-round
Yeah.
stripper clips. The slightly later one. Because the Canadians had that weird, like, big kind of loop one that would hold 20 rounds.
Yeah.
You could load from. And they quickly went away with those for one that could take the standard NATO 5-round 308 chargers.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is 1960. So now you see the actual how we know the L1A1 in a way. So this is probably like one of the first production ones.
Heck yeah.
And this is the Australians as well. So
Ew, gross. Who gave those prisoners guns?
And people tend to forget like the first people to use the M16 as well. Also were the British as well. So where's a good one?
Oh, I get it, Alexi. Like my M39 back there, right there, the very last one on the gun rack.
Yeah.
Was not. I have the papers for it because I'm the first one, other than the Finnish government, to own it.
Mm.
It was not released from Finnish government service until 2001, and that gun was made in 1944. So it's like it was literally a Finnish armory gun until 2001. So that's a Mosna gun, and I'm the first civilian person to own it. So.
Are there any pictures out there of Browning A5s? Oh, the shotguns. Yes. Yeah, I'll find them. Because I've heard they're used, but not sure. So, well, you mainly see. Oh, this is a good picture actually. You mainly see the Browning automatics. So here's a nice one of the early. A lot of Owen guns as well.
I was gonna say that those are all Owen guns.
Yeah, Owen gun, Bren, FNFAL. Most of the Browning automatics you see more so in Borneo in the 60s, but you do. What the? Oh, talked about earlier with the point sight on it.
Again, that eye relief is just so fucking far. I don't get it. I understand why their eye relief is that far on them.
Yeah.
There's a girl holding one right there. What shotgun is that?
Just a minute. Oh, that doesn't show us. Shame. That's a cool picture. It's a double, like a single trapdoor.
Yeah,
or something.
It's a single shot. Yeah. But to be fair, pretty much everybody used the A5 humpback in some capacity.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. 5.
It's a good fucking shotgun. It works. They still make them. That's how good the A5 is. They literally still make them.
Yeah, but no, yeah, you see, they were used, but more prevalently through Borneo. I know.
So what shotguns did they use then? Like pumps?
It's a bit of a. I think any sort of pump shotguns that were in the theatre really at the time. I think with the A5, so the Auto 5s. Syndicate Smith. Oh, here we go. There you go.
What kind of shotgun? What shotgun is it though?
Honestly, I'm not sure. Here we go. Let's have a look. So there's 22 SAS. It might be an auto 5. I can't tell. I really can't tell.
You can't zoom in on the picture anywhere.
Yeah. Only that.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. At the
Yeah.
angle he's holding it, and
Yeah, unless anyone can.
not many militaries have used the A5. Oh god, the Americans, the British, a lot of the Asian countries,
Australians, New Zealanders.
yeah, the Australians, a ton of African countries, Belgium, like a fuckload of countries have used, and then you got to also remember like all of these countries had like empires and other stuff and shit go on, so like they all got some to a degree and used them. There's like literally 30 to 40 countries out of the 190 whatever that have used the. Doesn't matter officially adopted because none of them have really like officially adopted the A5 as like a standard. It was all where they bought them off the shelf and used them. Yeah. Every single country that did use them was pretty much buying them off the shelf and using them. It was never like adopted. But there was like 40 countries that used them.
What's it doing? Uh-oh. That's not showing. That's a shame.
Oh well.
Let me go.
I mean, you could probably use British shotguns and then whatever year. And it'll tell you what shotguns they have. Like British Army shotguns and then type of year.
Probably. I can give it a go. Let me just do it like this actually. So we can get implementation. Just a nice mix, some good Sterlings.
True. I'm sure they got some shotguns. There are US days marked ones. But it's like I've also seen from World War I US marked Winchester 94s that are in 30-30. It's like bottom off the shelf still.
Huh.
They were never actually like used in a confrontation, but the US bought a shit ton of them off the shelf to free up 1903s. And it's like I've literally seen ordnance marked Winchester 94s. So
yeah, it was cool as well. Like heavy use of the M16 as well, which is nice.
Ooh, the M16. That's like the worst model ever made.
I know, but like it's in the hands of the Commonwealth rather than the Americans, and it's
I mean, even the SA-80 is better than the M16 because it's based on the AR-18.
Yeah, true.
Which at least it's fucking cheaper to make. It's the same gun, but it's cheaper to make. Besides, we all know the best gun that Eugene Stoner ever came up with was the AR-7. And we're not going to argue that. We all know it's the best gun. Look at that. Look at that Owen gun. God, the Owen gun is hideous. I don't know why Australians are so proud of it.
It is good though. It is really good.
No, it works. It's the same thing as the Sten gun. It works. It's not good.
No, honestly, like, it's weird though because like it's the same premise, but it was much more reliable. It was much more functional. It was much more comfortable. They are really cool, and they're very reliable. Very reliable. And for where they were mostly used, i.e. the Pacific, brilliant. And the fact they're designed by a teenager in his garage.
Yeah. I mean, that's who died
not long after the war.
It's
Actually,
hideous. The Owen
You
gun's
gotta-
hideous.
well, you have your prejudices. That's fine. Joking.
I mean, to be fair, I'm really
Oh, there you go.
against most submachine guns. There's like 3 or 4 that I really like. So
There you go. There's a cool one
that is a pretty cool one.
with the L4 mag as well.
Heck, you gotta have it. That's extra 10
Mhm.
rounds. But yeah, I've never been a big submachine gun guy. I've always been like full power or no power.
Mm.
Come on.
Yeah,
If you're gonna shoot pistol rounds, get a handgun.
true.
Like when I
I think I have
play
to go to bed in a minute. Oh dear, because it's 3:30 now. It's just the thing. Yeah,
it's really late for you.
yeah.
It's like when I play Hell Let Loose. I like to just play the regular ass rifleman, which nobody
Yeah.
likes to play the regular ass rifleman.
like.
They're terrible. But I'm like, I know what I'm getting.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I can't.
Oh,
Yeah, did they find the Owen gun in like a garage?
Yeah, so it was a young lad who I think he put forward something to the Defence Committee in Australia early on in the war, and they weren't too interested. And then, as the sort of war progressed and Japan got involved, they were like, "Yeah, maybe we should. Maybe we like what you're doing." And then they gave him funding, and then became one of the best sort of like wartime production submachine guns of the war.
Okay.
And yeah, really, really good.
Alexi now
Shit.
has posed us a question. What are your favorite submachine guns and why? So pick a top 3 and why. Because I know exactly what my 3 are, and I've had lots of thought about this.
So my number 3, my number 3, possibly the Owen,
Okay.
just because it's such a nice, it's a comfortable system. To honestly, it's really, really good. Very reliable, great for what it does, and it served well, and obviously served to Malaya and then Borneo and everything like that. Number 2. Actually, no, I'll swap these round. So, my number 3, the Lanchester.
Okay. Yep. That's on my top 3 as well. Yep.
Yeah, just because it's just ridiculous. And a 50-round magazine is just, I don't know, it's whatever.
It's
yeah,
great.
So, Lanchester, Owen, then Sterling.
Okay. I understand that.
Yeah.
I think mine's going to go Lanchester for the same reason. Most of my submachine guns are the interwar submachine guns.
Mhm.
The big heavy fuckers that have no recoil. It's just a laser beam.
Yeah.
Because they're all weight, they're all heavy milled woodstock bastards that just you point it where it goes and then you just spray bullets in that direction. And they go that way because there's no weight, because the gun weighs a fuckload. There's no recoil. But the Lanchester's there, and then it's going to be like Alexi said, it's going to be the MP34. Same thing. It's that side magazine, heavyweight milled machine gun, and then my favorite's got to be the Suomi KP31, the Finnish one, the gun that was so good that Switzerland's like, we would love to buy the rights to make that. Switzerland, the country that doesn't fucking touch anyone else's shit from anywhere, is like, that gun's so good, we will pay you to make that.
Saying that, I came across where is it? I know this video's been uploaded a few times, re-uploaded a few times, but it's like this version is so high quality. There you go. I sent it to you on Messenger.
Let's take a look, see here. Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
It's like it's so high quality.
Yeah.
You've got like Centurions, you've got like Hawker Hunters. It's just so fucking cool. Like
people don't realize
they use the term the Snow Fortress. I'm like, what?
In the mountains. Reason why Hitler's like, I gotta complete my set. he had Operation Tannenbaum, which is Christmas tree. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we got to invade Switzerland to complete the set. And then that was the first time where every general was like, no, we can't do
No,
that.
no.
We know it was like, we actually can. We can take it. We can take Switzerland. We're going to lose an unspeakable amount of people.
Yeah, like Barbarossa is nothing to this.
That's right. This is like,
Like
you don't
the whole
understand.
thing is a bunker. The whole
Yeah,
thing
exactly.
is a literal
Their
fortress.
entire country is mined and interlocking fields of artillery and machine gun fire.
Yeah.
Every single adult in their country is a trained soldier and
Yeah,
proficient in
every single like fighting age male has a rifle and is
Yeah.
prepared to die in his house.
Yeah, it's like we can't do that. And it's like I love how that's how like and then I love Switzerland in World War II. It's like I really think they are like the hardest country of World War II because Germany at their height is like we can't.
Yeah,
And then
it would be like Stalingrad, but on a nation scale.
yeah, it would be insurmountable. And then it's like Germans accidentally file for Switzerland in World War II. Switzerland shoots them down. Germany goes, "You better pay for those and apologize." And they go, "Make us." And they go, "Sorry." Americans fly over Switzerland by accident in World War II. Switzerland shoots them down. America's like, "You better apologize and make us."
we've got bunkers to last you out.
That's just great, though. They even realize they're like, these are the good guys defeating the Nazis. Shoot them down anyways.
We've got all the gold. Who cares?
What part of don't come over the border do you not understand? And it's just like, okay, to be that fucking crazy and willing to just destroy anything is like, I'm surprised there's even birds that fly over Switzerland to migrate. Like, to be fair,
like a cuckoo clock like rings at the wrong time, it gets blown up.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, we're dial it back a bit here. You know what I mean? Switzerland is just they're off the charts, ready to defend that country. There's a reason why they haven't been in a war since Napoleon was alive. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
People are missing out, and that's why he gets a there. That's why there's a mannequin. He's got his own mannequin. So,
is it the Sturmgewehr 58?
57.
57, yeah. Like
the ugliest gun in existence.
It is funky but cool.
Yeah, the 7.5 Swiss, and they did make some in 308 a little later, but
yeah.
Well, I mean, I think they're all conversions. But
the rear sight is more complicated than a friggin' Makarov, for Christ's sake. It's just like, it's so Swiss.
But the thing is, the gun has like hardly any recoil. It's relatively lightweight. It looks ugly as all fucking sin.
Yeah.
But it works good. It's easy to use. It's accurate as all get out, which has just been a Swiss thing since the beginning.
Yeah,
every gun's got to be as accurate as all get out. They're one of the first countries to adopt a repeating rifle, like a bolt action repeating rifle. So you look at this. Okay, American Civil War ends in 1865. Okay, 1866, the Swiss adopt a 12-shot bolt action repeating rifle. Okay, so 2 years before that, the Swiss adopt a 12-shot tube-fed magazine repeating rifle. Okay. Americans decided, you know what would be a good idea to put in all of our guns from here on out? Rifling. So, literally, they only standardized on putting rifling in all their guns in 1864. And in 1862, the Swiss have a rimfire metallic cartridge 12-shot tube-fed repeating bolt-action rifle. So...
Oh, God. Oh, Switzerland, why are you so strange?
And it's like, because it was way ahead of their time. Because everyone looks at like, the Dreisig needle rifle. But it's like 1866, literally, you know.
Oh, God.
12-shot. And that stuck for forever because initially the 1889 Swiss rifle had a 12-shot magazine.
Yeah.
Because it replaced that bolt action rimfire or whatever.
Yeah.
I forget if it's the Vetterli or
Yeah.
Zveterli something or other
Yeah.
rifle, and they kept that in the Schmidt-Rubin 1889 12-shot magazine. Then they went to the 6-round magazines
Mm.
because it was half. That's why they
Yeah.
didn't ever standardize on 5.
Yeah.
Because their whole goal was like, well, we had 12. Why would we get, and stuck it out. And everyone's like, for fuck's sake. And
Oh dear. Right, I better shit off now, dude. Appreciate
yeah,
chatting.
man.
Actually, it's been
Gotta go to bed.
good to catch up again.
It
Definitely
was
have
good.
to do it. Definitely have to do it again.
Long, so.
Especially when I get back from Normandy. So
I would love to hear about it. How it all
yeah, no,
goes.
I'm gonna hopefully get some footage
Watch the
when I'm over
pictures
there.
of fat Americans.
Yeah.
Then we can
Look, there's
review
another
them on
one.
the internet.
It's like, yeah, I hope to get some
You're
footage
good.
when I'm over there.
Every
and do, like,
person
video.
that's wearing socks and sandals.
What, including me?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And that'd be good. I'm gonna try and get some footage when I'm over there so I could do a video on it.
Heck yeah.
So that'd be good.
It would be cool to see. I haven't been there in God, fuck. I'm gonna be 30 here in a couple weeks. It's been over 10 years.
Bloody hell, jeez.
Yeah. I know I'm getting old as fuck.
Don't I feel it, mate, as well? Like, don't.
You know, right? Like I talk to all these young guys because I'm basically the funeral honors for the central United States, the north central United States. I stitch all their uniforms
Okay, yeah.
and do all that stuff. And so I'm talking to all of these like 20 and 21-year-olds, like 19-year-olds and stuff like that. And I'm telling them about all the shit from like when I was in, and they're like, "You're fucking old." And I'm like I was telling you, it's like, I will beat your ass, kid.
Yeah.
I
remember standing up to go turn on the TV.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember having a house phone.
Yeah. I do remember having a house phone.
I remember having internet where if someone called someone from the house phone, you couldn't use it.
Yeah, I remember having dial-up where you turn on the computer and you had like a good 20 minutes to go get a snack and shit before your computer would be ready.
Like the fact of I remember when turning on the internet, my computer would scream at me because of the dial-up.
Yeah.
It's on, it's working.
Yep, and then you're like, wow, it's gonna take 20 minutes to warm up and shit.
I think I never heard of Wi-Fi, I think, until maybe like 2010 probably. Properly. Like, because there's no, you must plug your Xbox 360 into the router to get it to connect.
Get the internet, yeah. It's like
Wi-Fi wasn't a thing really, but it was, but not
like they're still working, like it existed, but they're still working the kinks out. Like you hear about it.
I remember having to send music and pictures and video over Bluetooth.
Yeah.
It's
like, yeah, and I tell people, it's like, I helped somebody move the other day who was so young. Like they're like, this TV's gonna be heavy, and I'm like, this thing only weighs like 30 pounds. Yeah. It's like, I remember the fucking like glass screen, like fucking thick as shit, 150-pound dinosaur TVs.
Like if you dropped it, you wouldn't break the TV, you would break your foot if it landed on it.
Yeah, and it's like it would go right in the foot and into the floor, and the TV would still work. You know what I mean? Like, God, it makes me feel so fucking old.
Oh,
God damn.
Just
yeah,
just shit like that, like getting told to, like, when I had like a bath or a shower, not to use all the hot water, like shit like that. Like combi boilers did not exist. They did not.
Start talking about like how expensive shit was back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, I remember when gas was like 80 cents a gallon. People are like, it's only like $3.50 now. And that's like the lowest it's been in their lifetime, and you're like, what?
Because I think here, like the one round the corner from me at the moment is $1.47 a liter. but I've seen it more. I think the highest I ever saw it was obviously about a year or so ago. It was about £1.97 per liter, which is like fucking insane.
That is insane because there's 4.2 liters in a gallon,
Yeah.
and the highest I've ever seen it here was $5.10 a gallon.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So that's only a little over $1 a liter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
no, it's crazy. It's
yeah,
crazy.
it's
I don't know.
like $1.20 a liter. And
Yeah.
and that was the most expensive it ever got here. And I can't imagine what you guys are going through. Because not only is the pound worth more than the dollar.
Like like it's especially some places like it was like £2 or something a liter. The highest I think was one of the highest was in the UK, which is fucking insane because like
if
the
you're
exchange
at
rate,
like fucking $4 and something, like £4 and something a liter, that's like $10 a gallon here for the people that are here in the US.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, you guys got to invade Iraq more.
It's fine. We're just stealing Scotland's oil from the offshore. It's fine.
That's fine. You guys know all the OPEC countries. Just
I'm surprised. Why do you think? Why do you think
Argentina have a government?
Yeah. Why do you think Argentina's getting uppity about the Falklands again? Because they know the oil's there.
Well, it worked so good for them last time. But like, you know what I mean? Like, Venezuela doesn't even have a fucking government right now. Like, anybody could literally just be like, "This is ours now."
Yeah,
and they'd be like, "Okay, as long as you're gonna make our money not worthless, I guess."
Yeah, I know, Virginia. Yeah, we have to do everything different. Yeah, it's by liter for some weird reason. But yeah,
it's great though.
Oh,
you know how you could get like 1 billion Venezuelan bolivar and have like $1. So,
well, it's like the stuff I bought from the Czech Republic. I was telling you about. Like I put like £100 deposit down, and it came up as like I can't remember what currency they use in the Czech Republic, but it came up as like 2,500. I was like, holy shit, the exchange rate is awful.
Don't they use the euro?
I know it's something else.
I know that like Czechs have their own money too, but
yeah, I'm not like Czech. I don't know actually what it is.
Something or other. Is it like a lira or something?
Or like a krona version? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Maybe Alexei might know. But no, I have no idea what it is. I can't remember.
It's a koruna.
A light beer.
And 1 Czech koruna equals 4 US cents.
Jesus. Wow.
It says koruna, which is crowns, I think, yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Czech crowns. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. What's the exchange rate for pound for what's
pounds to dollars?
Well, from crowns to pounds.
Okay.
So like, what is 1 crown compared to British currency? It's probably like 1p. or in Canadian, 1 loony, 1 toonie.
It is 0.035 pounds sterling.
Fuck.
So it's only a little worse than the US dollar because the US dollar was 0.044.
Yeah. Wow. Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, $2,500 is like, what the fuck?
And so 1 pound, so 1 US, so 1 British pound is $1.27 right now.
Okay.
So
okay, yeah, because I got when I went to get a money exchange the other day, obviously for Normandy, it was £62 exchanged into €70.
That's about right.
Which is not too bad.
It's not too bad at all.
Yeah, I remember it definitely used to be better, but it's okay.
But does it fluctuate so much now since like Brexit?
Yes and no. It really does depend. It hasn't moved much though, as far as in lately. But
I know there's like times, like certain election times and stuff like that, where you'll see a huge fluctuation one way or the other, which is weird. And it's like, because I remember trying to buy something from the UK. Actually, I should show it to you because it's kind of impressive. I got it right in the Get out of my way, kitties.
Coronavirus.
Because I got it from the UK and it was at a time where the shipping was going to be really, really high.
Oh, he got a 44.
I
Nice.
do have a 44.
The early
and
one
it's
as
in
well
really
with the
good
metal
shape. It
cap.
only has one dent on it.
Yeah, with a nice early metal cap.
Yep, and the seal on it's even good. So
Oh, that's good. That's nice.
yeah, so it's like I was really happy with this purchase, but it's the shipping was fucking horrendous. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait on that for a bit, and so I went and I looked at it again like a week later, and the shipping went down by like fucking 12 pounds.
Oh wow.
And it was like, why? Like,
Yeah.
I guess just with like Brexit, now that it's like an unregulated currency,
Yeah.
it can just fluctuate depending on what's going on. So
That's crazy. Yeah, it's weird because what is it? Because I had a M35 helmet I sold to a guy in the States. I'm trying to remember what the postage was now. Oh no, sorry, I sold it to a guy in Canada. Sorry. The postage was a bit bizarre.
the postage should be smaller than if it was going to the United States because the Commonwealth kind of shares postage.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, no, it's a bit weird. And then there was something I bought from Canada. So basically, I ended up spending double. So basically, the same money again for postage for the item. So I think I spent 70 Canadian for the actual item. So it could basically cost 140 Canadian to get it shipped from there to here. Something I bought from there.
That's kind of pricey postage. That's very pricey postage.
Yeah. So
the Canadian dollar is getting pretty close to what the US dollar is. So
yeah. Because it used to be like, was it three Canadian to every 1 US? I think it used to be.
I mean, yeah, it was really bad for a long time, but now the exchange rate has been. It's almost like monthly. The Canadian dollar is creeping up on but it's just because the US is fucking circling the drain here.
Yeah. So well, it's like the Australian dollar. I think the Australian dollar is about 4 to every US.
So roughly. Right now, 1 Canadian dollar equals 73 US cents.
Okay, yeah, that's
so it's about 3/4 of a US dollar. Yeah,
that's not too bad.
But there was for the longest time it was sitting at about half.
Yeah,
I remember for most of my childhood, the Canadian to the US dollar was like 54, 55 US cents. It was about half.
Yeah.
Of a US. So but now it's creeping up there, and it seems like it's getting closer and closer all the time.
Talking about currency, we'll say that before I go. We'll say this before I go. Is a quid a pound? Yes, it is. Yeah, quid is a pound. Yeah, Virginia.
Gotta have 2 different names for shit. God damn it.
Yeah, exactly. I think what a lot of people don't like about American banknotes is that they're all the same size,
and they're all the same color.
Yeah, that really pisses off, especially people in like Bureau de Changes and all that stuff, and currency places they fucking hate it. Just because like it just like at least with anywhere else in the world, like it's either a different color or a different size. Or just,
why don't they do with what the Canadians did? Make all of your money plastic, it's all rainbow colors, and it's all scratch and sniff like maple syrup. I wish I was fucking joking.
No, honestly, we tested this during the weekend. We're all sitting around having dinner at this pub up the road, and one of the guys got out, "Oh, I've got a Canadian note. Wait, does it smell of maple syrup?" And we're passing it around, sniffing it.
The new ones, the new plastic ones have a scratch and sniff like strip on them.
But yeah, no, it's like even the euros and everything as well. Like everything's like, I think most the euros are still paper, I think, rather than the plastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all different sizes and different colors. It just makes it easier just to, I don't know.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why the US ones are all the same. It's because for one, you only have to buy one cutting machine.
Okay.
You only have to buy one color of dye, which saves money making it.
True.
And the reason is it started just after the Civil War.
Yeah.
They started printing money in green because it was the cheapest dye.
Okay.
And it just became so synonymous
Yeah.
after the war that it
Mm.
just became a tradition thing to not get rid of. And so it's like
Okay.
everyone's like, nobody understands US money. Well, fucking read the numbers.
True.
You know, so like part of me is like, I didn't think it was that hard. It's like, and I came from a country where back when I was a kid and most of the Canadian money I handled before they went to all colors of the rainbow like they have now, the
Yeah.
same kind of size and the same
Yeah.
kind of material,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is mostly like a cloth. It's not actually
Yeah,
like,
it's
they
linen.
call it paper
Yeah.
money, but it's actually
Yeah.
mostly like nettle fiber. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
linen,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
And it's like it was mostly that, and it was pretty much all a greenish gray color.
Yeah.
And that's just what the money was.
Hmm.
But now it's all like holographic and plastic, and it's like fucking red, yellow, blue, green, purple.
Yeah.
It's got all these fucking shiny strips and shit in it, and whatever. It's fucking covered in glitter. You hold it up to the light, and it starts playing music, and there's a disco. You know,
It's got like macaroni, like PVA glued to it.
yeah. It's like Jesus H Christ. But like supposedly that plastic money, like Canada's been doing tests on it for the last like 30 or 40 years. Since like
Yeah.
the 80s.
Mm.
Because they started coming up for it because they were initially going to do coins.
Yeah.
They were only going to have 2 bills that were going to be paper money, and that was the 50 and the 100. Everything else is going to be coins.
Yeah.
Coins last so long, and people bitched about it.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm going to have a fucking coin purse like it's the goddamn medieval ages. And it's like, right, well, it's going to save you a bunch of taxpayer fucking money because your money will last longer and we don't have to make more of it as often.
Yeah.
You know? And people fucking complained up and down about it. So they're like, fine, we're going to find a different thing. And they just kept printing all the bills from like 1 up to whatever, which is weird because Canada also has coins that are like $5 and $1 and shit like that. But they were going to keep printing all this paper money and do that. And they started experimenting with all this plastic because Canada's been the world leader for the longest time in plastic, which is a lot of people forget about that. But like the modern plastic canteen, like the polyethylene canteen, modern polyethylene was invented by Canada in the 60s. Like they're the world's foremost leader in plastic. So you're welcome, Pacific Ocean and sea turtles and all that other jazz. Fuck the polar bears. That was Canada's true reason behind plastic. There's been an endless war with the polar bears for like the ice wizards of Canada and the polar bears have been locked in this war for millennia. But they came up with this started experimenting with this plastic money, and it actually ends up lasting about 3 or 4 times as long as the paper money does.
Yeah.
Fuck the polar bears. Go extinct already.
Oh dear. Fucking hell.
But yeah, you better go to bed. So.
Yeah, no, it's good. You have a good one. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me as well. It's been fun. Definitely have to do it again. And but yeah.
That's right. You'll have to let me know how the whole D-Day thing goes.
Oh, I will. It's gonna be fun. I've got so going to my dad's tomorrow. And then we're heading out. We've got to meet the ferry by 6 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh, geez. Yeah, you better get to bed.
Yeah. So happy days. Yeah. Well, that's tomorrow, so it's not too bad.
Oh, okay, so you got a whole day to recover.
Yeah, no, it's not in 2 hours. Jesus Christ.
All right. Fair.
But yeah, it's just gone 4 o'clock here in the morning, so happy days. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you,
See
everybody,
you later, guys.
for stopping by.
Bye bye.
We'll see you all in the next one.
Bye.